Warning to all chosen ones, the divine wants you to see this. Before October 27th, a major irreversible spiritual event is about to happen. And you, as one of the chosen, are right in the middle of this cosmic event. A life-altering awakening isn't just on its way. It's already here, knocking on your soul's door. On October 27th, that door is going to burst wide open. The universe, God, the source, whatever you want to call the infinite intelligence that guides everything, is getting ready to show you 7 clear signs. These aren't just random coincidences, they're divine markers, like sacred breadcrumbs, laid out on your path to confirm that everything you've been feeling, everything you've sensed, deep down, is real. This is your validation. This is the moment the veil between worlds gets so thin you can almost see through it. And you're going to get a shocking look at the truth about reality and the importance of what you're meant to do. Before we get into the details of this energetic gateway and start talking about the 7 signs, I need you to do 3 things right away to focus your energy and let the universe know you're ready. First, please like this video to send out a wave of positive energy to everyone. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications because the information coming up in the next few days is really important for your journey. And third, comment the number 777 down below right now to bring your energy into alignment with the divine intervention and spiritual completion that this event represents. You've felt it, haven't you? That constant low hum of change happening under the surface of everyday life. That weird mix of worry and excitement, like your spirit knows a big storm is coming, but also that this storm is here to wash everything clean. For months, maybe even years, you've felt like you're living in 2 different worlds. One foot is stuck in the dense, chaotic, and often painful 3D reality of bills, responsibilities, and social expectations. But the other foot, the one that really matters, has been stepping into a higher dimension. A world of intuition, synchronicity, and knowing things without knowing how you know them. This feeling of being pulled in 2 directions, of being an outsider, even around your own friends and family, is a common sign of being a chosen one before you fully awaken. You're a bridge. You're a living connection between the old Earth, which is falling apart, and the new 5D Earth, which is being born. October 27th is a huge turning point. Think of it as a cosmic key turning in a divine lock. In terms of astrology and energy, the planets are aligning to create a powerful beam of light aimed right at our planet. The Schumann resonance, which is like the Earth's heartbeat, has been spiking up and down, not because things are chaotic, but as part of a process of getting in tune with a higher, purer frequency coming from the great central Sunday. Most people will sleep right through this. They'll wake up on October 28th feeling a little tired, a little cranky, and blame it on the weather or not getting enough sleep. They won't even realize that their entire energetic reality has been fundamentally upgraded. But not you. You're not going to sleep through it. In fact, your senses will be so sharp, so energized, that sleep will be the last thing on your mind. You're wired to receive this transmission. Your spiritual DNA has the codes that are being activated by this incoming wave of light. That's why these 7 signs are being revealed to you specifically. They're like the user interface for this big awakening, the clear evidence that will guide you through this huge change without being afraid, and instead with a sense of wonder and purpose. So let's get started. What's the very first sign? The first divine whisper you need to listen for, on and around October 27th. It's a sign that uses your most subtle senses, something I call the sacred echo. This isn't about hearing loud voices from the sky. It's much more personal and intimate than that. The sacred echo shows up as auditory anomalies that can't be explained logically. You might be in a completely quiet room and clearly hear your name being whispered as soft as a feather right next to your ear. It might be so clear that you turn your head fully expecting to see someone there. Don't worry. This is a direct communication. It's your spirit team, your guardian angels, or the voice of your own higher self breaking through to let you know they're with you, guiding you through this shift. Another way the sacred echo can show up is through music and other sounds. You might be struggling with a big question, a problem that seems impossible to solve, and then you walk past a cafe or a car drives by with the window down, and a single line from a song will cut through the air and hit you like a ton of bricks. It'll be the perfect, direct, and often surprisingly blunt answer to the question you were just thinking about. This is the universe using the world around us as its personal delivery service. But maybe the most common and startling form of this sign is a high frequency ringing in one or both of your ears. It's not tinnitus. It doesn't hurt. It just appears a high-pitched, pure, almost electronic sound that lasts for a few seconds and then goes away. Pay attention when this happens. It's a direct download of cosmic information, a burst of light-encoded data being streamed right into your energy field, completely bypassing your conscious mind. It's activating parts of your DNA that have been dormant, recalibrating your chakras, and improving your ability to perceive higher dimensions. When you experience any form of the sacred echo, the key is not to dismiss it as your mind playing tricks on you. That's the old 3D programming of doubt. Instead, I want you to stop, take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and say either out loud or in your mind, "Thank you. I hear you. I'm open to receive." By doing this, you're acknowledging the communication and strengthening the connection, making future messages even clearer. You're letting the divine know that you're ready for business. If you've ever experienced something like this, a sacred echo, or a high-pitched frequency in your ears, I want you to comment, "I hear the call below," to confirm your connection to this divine frequency, and to let others know they're not alone. Now, as powerful as the sacred echo is, it's just the beginning. It's like the gentle announcement that the show is about to start. The second sign you need to be ready for is even more unsettling to the logical mind, because it involves your sense of sight. I call this sign glitches in the matrix. Yes, it sounds like something from a movie, but that's because art often reflects a reality that mystics and shamans have been talking about for thousands of years. On and around October 27th, the holographic nature of our reality will become more and more obvious to you. The very air around you might seem to shimmer or vibrate, especially when you look at a plain wall or the blue sky. It'll look like heat rising off a road on a hot day, but there won't be any heat. What you're seeing is the energetic grid, the basic structure of this physical reality vibrating faster and faster. You're literally seeing the energy that makes up everything. You'll also start to see things out of the corner of your eye, quick flashes of light, shimmering orbs, or a dark shadow that disappears as soon as you try to look at it directly. Again, don't be afraid. These aren't tricks of the light. You're catching glimpses of beings and energies that exist in a frequency range just outside of what we can normally see. Your guides, elemental energies, or other interdimensional beings who are here to watch and help during this big shift. Another powerful form of this glitch will be an increase in synchronicities, especially with numbers. You'll see repeating number sequences everywhere you look. 1111, 222, 3334444. They'll be on license plates on your phone, on receipts, on clocks. These aren't random. They're divine winks from the universe. Each number sequence is a coded message. 111 is a powerful sign of manifestation and a gateway to new beginnings. 444 is a sign of protection, telling you that your angels are completely surrounding you. When you see these numbers, it's like the universe is confirming that your thoughts and energy are perfectly aligned with your soul's path at that moment. The most profound, and for some the most unsettling visual glitch, is when reality itself seems to skip a beat. You might see an object flicker for a moment, or seem to be in two places at once. You might have a moment of déjà vu so intense that it stops you in your tracks. This is the ultimate proof that our linear perception of time is an illusion. During this powerful energetic portal, timelines are fluid. They're coming together and shifting. And as a chosen one with heightened sensitivity, you're noticing these subtle shifts in the fabric of space-time. When you see these glitches in the matrix, the right response is gratitude and awe. Understand that you're being shown a deep truth, that this physical world isn't as solid or real as you've been led to believe. It's a beautiful, malleable, conscious illusion, and you're waking up to your power as a co-creator within it. These glitches are cracks in the old way of seeing things, and through those cracks, the light of the new earth is pouring in. You're not going crazy. You're finally starting to see things as they truly are. Acknowledge these moments. Write them down, because they're the beginning of your shift from someone who just watches reality happen to someone who actively creates their own experience. We've laid the groundwork by understanding the first two sacred signs, the sacred echo and the glitches in the matrix. These are the early tremors, the subtle but undeniable signs that the veil between worlds is thinning, especially for you. They're God's gentle knock on the door of your perception. But what happens on and around October 27th isn't just a knock. It's the moment the door disappears and the raw, untamed power of this cosmic alignment starts to flood into your reality. This brings us to the third and perhaps the most physically and emotionally intense sign. You need to be ready for the great energetic and physical purge. You need to understand this deeply, because your logical mind will try to interpret these symptoms as illness, as a breakdown, as something being terribly wrong. Nothing could be further from the truth. What you're about to experience is a deep cellular cleansing, a vibrational detoxification of your entire being. Your body, your beautiful physical vessel, has been running on a dense carbon-based 3D energetic software program your whole life. It stored every fear, every trauma, every heartbreak, every limiting belief, not just from your own life, but from your entire family history, deep within its cellular memory. This incoming wave of light on October 27th is a divine system upgrade. It's pure, high-frequency, crystalline 5D energy. And just like you can't run a brand new advanced software program on an old, cluttered, virus-ridden computer, your body has to first get rid of all the old, dense programming to make room for the new light codes. This purge will show up physically in ways that will confuse doctors and can't be explained by modern medicine. You might be overcome with waves of exhaustion so intense that you can barely lift your head off the pillow even after sleeping all night. This isn't laziness, it's your body using all its energy to rewrite your DNA. It's integrating the light. Honor your need for rest. Sleep is the sacred workshop where your physical form is being rebuilt atom by atom. On the other hand, you might experience sudden bursts of high voltage energy, often in the middle of the night, where you feel so awake, so wired, that sleep is impossible. Your mind will be racing with ideas, epiphanies, and creative downloads. This is your light body coming online, your chakras spinning faster and faster. Don't fight it. Get up, write, create, meditate. You're receiving direct transmissions from the source. You'll also likely experience intense physical symptoms that feel like illness. You might feel like you have a bad flu with aches and pains in your joints and muscles, but with no fever or other typical symptoms. These are old, trapped emotional energies, grief, anger, fear, finally being released from your physical tissues. You might experience heart palpitations, a fluttering or racing feeling in your chest. This is your heart chakra expanding, cracking wide open so it can hold and transmit a much greater capacity for unconditional love. You might feel a strange buzzing or vibrating sensation throughout your body, as if you're plugged into an electrical socket. This is your Merkaba, your personal field of light, activating and spinning, preparing you for higher dimensional travel in your dream state. Your digestive system will also go into overdrive. You might suddenly develop intolerances to the heavy processed foods you used to eat. Your body will reject them. You'll start craving clean, pure, high vibrational foods, fruits, vegetables, pure water. This is your body instinctively knowing that it needs pure fuel to complete this upgrade. Don't see these physical signs as a disease. See them as proof of your transformation. Your body isn't failing you, it's ascending. But the physical purge is only half the story. The emotional purge will be even more powerful and potentially more destabilizing if you're not ready. Be prepared for sudden waves of emotion to wash over you for no clear reason. You could be driving your car or washing the dishes and suddenly be overwhelmed by a deep wave of grief so deep that you start to cry uncontrollably. Your conscious mind will look for a reason, a trigger from your current life, and it won't find one. That's because the sadness you're feeling isn't just yours. As a chosen one, you're a sacred channel. You're processing and releasing not only your own past sorrows, but the trapped grief of your ancestors, and in some cases, the collective sorrow of humanity. When you cry these tears, you're not breaking down. You're a sacred alchemist, transforming ancient pain into light. You're healing the bloodline. Likewise, you might be seized by sudden fits of rage or irritation that seem completely out of proportion to the situation. A minor annoyance might trigger a volcanic eruption of anger. This isn't you being irrational. It's centuries of suppressed rage, the injustices, the betrayals, the powerlessness felt by your ancestors, finally coming to the surface through you to be witnessed, felt, and released. Don't suppress these emotions. Don't judge them. Find a safe way to express them. Scream into a pillow, go into the woods and shout, punch a cushion, move the energy. You're breaking ancient chains. Fear will also surface in its most primal forms: fear of death, fear of abandonment, fear of the unknown. These are the fundamental programs of the 3D matrix, and they're being brought to your conscious awareness so you can see them for the illusions they are and consciously choose to unplug from them. When this happens, breathe, put your hand on your heart, and repeat, "I am safe. I am divinely protected. I am sovereign." You're remembering that you're an infinite soul who can't be harmed. The key to navigating this great purge is radical self-compassion. Treat yourself like a sacred patient in intensive care. Be gentle. Cancel your plans if you need to. Take salt baths to cleanse your auric field. Spend time in nature to ground your energy. Drink lots of water to flush out the physical and energetic toxins. Understand that you're in the chrysalis. It's a messy, uncomfortable, and often painful process. But what's emerging on the other side is the radiant, multidimensional butterfly that is your true self. If you've been feeling these strange physical symptoms or overwhelming emotional waves, and this message is making things clearer for you, I want you to go to the comments right now and type, "I release and I rise." This is a powerful declaration to the universe that you understand this sacred process and you're willing to participate in your own glorious liberation. From the intensity of the physical and emotional realm, we move deeper into the subtle worlds of the spirit. The fourth sign is a deep and unmistakable activation of your nighttime consciousness, something I call the dreamscape rewrite. Your dream time is about to transform from a place of random, jumbled subconscious processing into a primary reality where you'll receive direct teaching, healing, and guidance. The veil is thinnest when you sleep, and on October 27th, that veil will almost disappear for you. The first thing you'll notice is how vivid and clear your dreams are. They'll become hyper-realistic, filled with colors you've never seen on Earth, filled with sounds, smells, and textures that feel more real than your waking life. You'll wake up with a gasp, wondering for a moment which reality is the dream. Many of you will start to experience lucid dreaming, spontaneously becoming aware that you're dreaming while you're in the dream. This is a gift. It's the universe handing you the controller to your own consciousness, showing you that you have the power to manipulate reality, first in the dream world and eventually in the physical world. Your dreams will stop being nonsensical. They'll become powerful allegories filled with rich, symbolic imagery that speaks directly to your soul. Pay close attention to animals that appear. An eagle represents a higher perspective and connection to the divine. A snake is a sign of transformation and healing. A spider is a message about creating your own reality. These aren't just dream animals. They're spirit guides in a form your subconscious can easily understand. Keep a dream journal by your bed, and the first thing you do when you wake up, before you even put your feet on the floor, is write down everything you can remember. The symbols, the feelings, the colors, the numbers. Don't try to analyze it right away, just capture it. Over time, as you review your journal, you'll start to see patterns emerge. You'll realize that your higher self is leaving you a trail of breadcrumbs, guiding you, warning you, and preparing you for what's to come in your waking life. But the dreamscape rewrite goes even deeper than symbolism. It'll become a place of deep connection and visitation. You'll start to have dreams of loved ones who have passed away. These won't be fuzzy, grief-stricken memories. They'll be crystal clear interactive encounters. You'll feel their touch, hear their voice, smell their familiar scent. You'll have conversations where they offer you profound wisdom, reassurance, and love. Understand this crucial truth: these aren't just dreams, they're real visitations. Your loved ones are using the open portal of October 27th to step through the dimensions and connect with you directly, to let you know that life is eternal and that they're supporting you from the other side. You might also be visited by beings you don't recognize from this life. Luminous figures of light, ascended masters, wise elders, or even beings from other star systems. Don't be afraid. These are your spiritual guides, your soul family, who are coming to you in the dream state because your conscious mind's fear and skepticism are out of the way. They'll take you to celestial classrooms, showing you sacred geometry, teaching you about your true cosmic origins, and training you for the mission you came to Earth to accomplish. You'll wake up feeling like you've been to school all night, retaining a deep inner knowing without remembering all the specific details. And finally, you need to be prepared for what the ego will label as nightmares. You might have dreams where you're being chased, or where you have to face a terrifying monster or a dark figure. It's critical that you reframe this. These aren't nightmares. They're shadow integration exercises. The monster chasing you is a part of yourself that you've disowned. Your fear, your anger, your shame that you've repressed and rejected. In the dream state, it's coming to you for healing. The key is to stop running. Turn around, face the monster, and ask it, "What do you want? What do you need from me?" More often than not, this terrifying figure will transform, showing you its pain and its origin. By facing it with compassion instead of fear, you integrate its power, heal the wound, and become more whole. Your dreamscape is becoming your personal training ground, your sacred temple, and your interdimensional meeting place. It's just as important as your waking life, if not more so, during this transitional period. As you think about your own dream experiences, have you noticed them becoming more intense, more meaningful? If your inner world is calling to you in this way, confirm this connection by commenting below, "My dreams are my guide." Let this be your signal that you're ready to learn and grow in every state of consciousness. As your inner world is being completely rewired, it's only natural that your outer world must also begin to reconfigure itself to match your new frequency. This leads us to the fifth, and for many, the most socially and emotionally challenging sign: the collapse of old timelines and the great separation. This is the point where your awakening is no longer just an internal experience. It starts to ripple out and dramatically reshape the very structure of your physical life. It'll start as a feeling of deep disconnection, a profound loss of resonance with things, people, and situations that once formed the foundation of your identity. The television shows and movies you used to love will suddenly feel empty, manipulative, and full of low vibrational energy. The music you used to blast in your car will sound like noise. The hobbies and pastimes that filled your weekends will feel like a pointless distraction from a deeper calling that you can't yet name. This isn't just you getting bored or changing your tastes. It's a fundamental frequency mismatch. You're vibrating at a higher, faster rate, and the dense fear-based programming of the old 3D matrix no longer has anything to latch onto within your energy field. It'll feel like you're a radio that's been retuned to you're stepping into a new phase, like switching radio stations and only hearing static from the old one. This disconnect will seep into your relationships. That's where things can get really painful. Conversations with longtime friends might suddenly feel empty and exhausting. You might find yourself sitting with them, listening to the same old stories, the same celebrity gossip, the same complaints, and feel this huge aching gap opening up between you. You'll still care about them deeply, but you'll realize you're not on the same wavelength anymore. It's like you're talking about the universe, and they're talking about the living room rug. There's no judgment here, just a natural parting of ways. This leads to what I call the great separation. Friendships will dissolve. Relationships will fall apart. Some will fade away quietly, while others might end in sudden explosive arguments that seem to come out of nowhere. These conflicts aren't personal. They're energetic. Your growing inner light is triggering unresolved issues in those around you who aren't ready or willing to do their own self-work. Your very presence becomes a mirror, and if they can't face their own reflection, they'll try to break the mirror. Please don't try to hold on to these connections. Don't dim your own light to make them feel comfortable. That's a betrayal of your own soul's journey. Your job is to wish them well, thank them for their role in your life, and let them go with love. It's a sacred shedding of your old self. This isn't for everyone, it's for the chosen ones who are ready to change their reality. I put out a special video for members called Warning All Chosen Ones, watch this before November 2025. There's a rare moon portal still open. Get ready before October 31st, 2025, or you'll miss this massive energy shift. This spiritual message and this month will change everything. In that video, I tell you exactly what actions and protections you need to take. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy hits. If you miss this chance, you might not get this upgrade again. The universe isn't punishing you by taking these people away. It's lovingly clearing space, making room for your true soul family, the other awakened people who are on your wavelength, who will see you, understand you, and support your mission without you having to explain anything. This separation is necessary for that amazing reunion. This shakeup will also hit your career with full force. You might have a stable, well-paying job that you've had for years, but around October 27th, you'll start waking up with a soul-crushing dread at the thought of going to work. The pointlessness of it, the fakeness, the feeling that you're trading your precious life force for a paycheck will become unbearable. This is your soul's alarm clock, ringing as loud as it can. It's telling you that the old path, the one where you played it safe and did what you were supposed to do, has expired. Your divine mission, the real reason you came to this planet at this specific time, is activating. You might not know what it is yet, but the first step is getting rid of the path that isn't yours. The pain and dissatisfaction you're feeling are a sacred gift, the divine motivation that will finally give you the courage to jump into the unknown, trusting that the universe will catch you. This whole process is about alignment. The universe is systematically removing everything and everyone from your life that isn't in line with the highest, most authentic version of your soul. It will feel like loss. It will feel like your world is falling apart. But from a higher perspective, your world is falling together. The fake structures have to be torn down before the true temple of your life can be built. Trust the demolition. It's divinely orchestrated. We've been through the initial shock waves of this great awakening. The auditory and visual signs that break through the veil, the deep physical and emotional cleanse that resets your cells, the rewriting of your dream consciousness. and the necessary, though painful, collapse of old timelines and relationships. These first 5 signs are the universe's way of stripping away the old you, tearing down the false structures of a life built on limited thinking. They're designed to clear the slate, to create a sacred emptiness within and around you. But the universe never creates a void without intending to fill it with something far more amazing. This brings us to the 6th sign, which is arguably the most beautiful and awe-inspiring of all. It's the evidence of your rebirth, the proof that the demolition phase is giving way to glorious reconstruction. This sign is what I call the activation of innate spiritual gifts and the remembering of your soul's mission. This is the moment you stop feeling like a victim of strange cosmic energies and start consciously stepping into your power as a divine co-creator, a light worker, a healer, a way shower. It's the moment you remember who you truly are. This activation won't come with a loud announcement. It'll start as a subtle but persistent inner pull, a magnetic yearning towards subjects and practices that your old self might have dismissed as woo-woo or nonsense. You'll suddenly find yourself incredibly curious about crystals, energy healing, astrology, tarot cards, ancient civilizations, or quantum physics. It'll feel less like learning something new and more like remembering something you've known for thousands of lifetimes. You'll pick up a book or watch a video on one of these topics, and the information will resonate so deeply that it brings tears to your eyes. This isn't just intellectual curiosity, it's soul recognition. Your dormant spiritual DNA, containing the memories and skills of countless past lives as a shaman, a high priestess, a healer, or a scribe, is coming online. The knowledge is already within you. The external information is simply the key that unlocks the door. As this remembering deepens, you'll start to notice the blossoming of your own innate spiritual abilities, your personal psychic superpowers. The most common one to emerge first is a dramatically heightened intuition, which will evolve into the gift of clear cognizance, the ability of clear knowing. You'll simply know things without any logical evidence to back it up. You'll know when someone is lying to you, not because of their body language, but because you can feel the disharmony in their energy field. You'll know what decision to make at a crossroads in your life, even if it defies all logic, because a profound sense of inner certainty will guide you like a spiritual North Star. You have to learn to trust this inner knowing above all else, above the opinions of others, above the experts, above the voice of your own fearful ego. Your intuition is your direct, incorruptible line to God, and during this time, it's being amplified to the max. Following clear cognizance, many of you will experience the flowering of clear sentience, the gift of clear feeling, or what's more commonly known as being an empath. You'll start to feel the emotions of other people, of animals, and even of places as if they were your own. You might walk into a room and suddenly feel a wave of sadness wash over you, only to learn later that someone in that room had just received tragic news. This can be overwhelming at first. You'll need to learn the crucial art of energetic hygiene, how to tell your own emotions apart from the emotions of others, and how to shield yourself so you're not constantly drowning in the collective emotional soup. But once you master it, this gift is a superpower of compassion. It allows you to connect with others on a soul level and to be a profoundly healing presence in a world that's aching for genuine connection. For others, the gift of clairvoyance, clear seeing, will activate. This will show up as seeing with your third eye, your inner vision. You might start seeing auras, the colored energy fields around people, You might see flashes of geometric patterns or light grids when you close your eyes to meditate. You might have waking visions like a mini-movie playing in your mind's eye that shows you a potential future event or gives you symbolic insight into a current problem. And for some, the gift of clairaudience, clear hearing, will intensify beyond the subtle whispers of the sacred echo. You'll start to hear full sentences, guidance, and names spoken clearly in your mind by your spirit guides. It won't sound like your own thoughts. The cadence and vocabulary will be different. This is your divine counsel, your personal board of directors, speaking to you directly, offering you wisdom and guidance 24/7. The key to developing these gifts is to approach them with a sense of playful curiosity, not fearful anxiety. Practice, meditate, journal your experiences. Treat it like learning a new language, the language of energy and spirit. At the same time that these gifts are activating, you'll have a growing, undeniable sense of purpose. The existential dread you felt in your old job will be replaced by a burning question that echoes in your soul day and night. Why am I here? What is my real work? The answer won't come from your logical mind. It'll bubble up from the depths of your heart. You'll start to feel a deep, soul-level pull towards a specific form of service. For some, it'll be healing. You'll feel an urge to learn Reiki, to study herbalism, to become a therapist or a coach. For others, it'll be creativity. You'll be flooded with inspiration to write, to paint, to make music that carries a healing frequency. For still others, it'll be teaching. You'll feel a powerful call to share the wisdom you're gaining, to become a guide for those who are just beginning to awaken. This is urgent. Don't skip this. Watch the members-only briefing warning all chosen ones. Watch this before November 2025. There's a rare moon portal still open. Get ready before October 31st, 2025, or you'll miss this massive energy shift. This spiritual message and this month will change everything. I reveal the activations and protections you have to do before the spiritual energy shifts. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This window won't wait, and for many, it will simply be the mission of being a frequency holder, to be a silent anchor of peace, love, and light in a chaotic world, transmuting dense energy simply by maintaining a high vibration in your own being. Don't underestimate this mission. It's one of the most powerful of all. Around October 27th, you might receive a mission download, a sudden crystal clear vision or knowing of your purpose that arrives in a flash of inspiration. It might come during a meditation, in a dream, or while you're walking in nature. It'll feel like the ultimate aha moment, where every piece of your life's puzzle, your struggles, your talents, your passions, suddenly clicks into place, revealing a beautiful mosaic of divine purpose. This is the moment you stop asking, "What should I do with my life?" and start realizing, "My life is doing me." You're a divine instrument, and you're finally being tuned to play the magnificent song you came here to share. If you've felt this inner pull, this remembering of ancient skills, or this dawning sense of a deeper purpose rising within you, I want you to anchor this sacred activation right now. Go to the comments and declare with all your heart, "I am ready for my mission." By doing this, you're sending a powerful signal to the universe that you're consciously accepting your divine role in this great planetary shift. As you start to embody your true power and purpose, a fascinating and magical shift occurs. You begin to understand that the universe isn't something that's happening to you, but something that's happening through you and for you. This realization is the cornerstone of the seventh and final sign, a sign that represents your graduation from the school of 3D victimhood into the realm of 5D mastery. This sign is the bending of reality and the acceleration of instant manifestation. It's the moment you truly grasp that your consciousness, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and your focus are the single most powerful creative force in the universe. And you start to see tangible, real-world proof of this profound truth in real time. The laws of cause and effect, as you've known them, will start to warp and collapse. The long, difficult time lag that used to exist between having a desire and seeing it show up in your physical reality will shrink dramatically in some cases, becoming almost instantaneous. It's as if the universe is removing all the buffers, all the delays, to show you a direct one-to-one correlation between your inner state and your outer experience. This will start with small, playful synchronicities that will make you laugh out loud at the sheer magic of it all. You'll be thinking of an obscure song from your childhood, and you'll turn on the radio and that exact song will be playing. You'll be wondering about a long-lost friend, and your phone will ring a minute later and it'll be them. You'll have a question and you'll open a book at random and your eyes will fall on the exact paragraph that contains the perfect answer. At first, you'll dismiss these as charming coincidences, but they'll start to happen with such frequency, such undeniable precision, that the word coincidence will be erased from your vocabulary. You'll understand that you're in a constant, dynamic, conversational dance with a living, conscious, and deeply intelligent universe, and that it's responding to your every thought and feeling. As you become more aware of this power, you can start to wield it intentionally. The manifestations will grow larger and more significant. You might be worried about how you're going to pay a specific bill. Instead of panicking, which is the old 3D programming of lack, you'll learn to shift your energy. You'll practice the feeling of gratitude, of abundance, of already having the money. You'll visualize the bill being stamped paid in full, and within a day or two, you'll receive an unexpected check in the mail, a surprise refund, or a new client out of the blue that covers the exact amount needed. You'll learn that the universe doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. It's a perfect mirror reflecting your dominant vibration. This acceleration will apply to all areas of your life. You'll think, I really need to find a good plumber, and the next person you talk to will say, you know my brother is the best plumber in town. You'll decide, it's time for me to find a community of like-minded people, and you'll stumble upon a flyer for a local spiritual circle that feels tailor-made for you. The key to mastering this process is to become hyper-vigilant about your vibrational hygiene. You'll realize that you can no longer afford the luxury of a negative thought. You can't entertain feelings of worry, doubt, or lack for any extended period, because you'll see the evidence of that negative vibration manifest in your reality with terrifying speed. A momentary thought of, I hope I don't get a flat tire, might be followed by a flat tire an hour later. This isn't the universe punishing you, it's teaching you. It's giving you immediate feedback on your energetic output. It's training you to become a master of your own focus, to consciously and consistently choose thoughts and feelings that are in alignment with the beautiful reality you wish to create. This is the ultimate spiritual responsibility. It's the understanding that your inner world is the causal realm, your outer world is simply the world of effect, the printout of the program you're running inside your own consciousness. Around October 27th, the speed of this cosmic printer will be set to maximum. You'll witness beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're not a powerless speck in a random universe. You're a divine creator, a sovereign being of immense power, standing at the center of your own holographic reality, painting the masterpiece of your life with the brushes of your own consciousness. This isn't just a belief, it'll become your direct, lived experience. This is the final and most liberating sign of all, because it's the sign that you're not just waking up to a new reality, you're waking up as the creator of it. It's the ultimate homecoming, the remembrance of your own divinity. This is the great shock and the great gift of October 27th, the undeniable revelation of your own magnificent power. But wait, before we can fully embrace the practical steps for harnessing this new reality, there's a crucial, often confusing transitional phase we have to shine a light on. It's the space you'll inhabit immediately after the great activation of your gifts and the initial shock of seeing reality bend to your will. This is the liminal space, the sacred pause between the death of the old self and the full birth of the new. To navigate this passage successfully, you have to understand the subtle paradoxes and tests of integration that arise here. This isn't another sign, but rather the spiritual atmosphere you'll be breathing. Think of it as the final exam of the soul before graduation, where you have to prove you can stabilize your newfound consciousness amidst the lingering echoes of the old world. This phase is characterized by a profound sense of energetic bifurcation, the experience of living consciously in two realities at once. And it's here that your true mastery is forged. On one hand, you've now tasted the magic. You've felt the power of your intuition, witnessed instant manifestation, and received downloads of cosmic wisdom. You know on a cellular level that you're a limitless creator, yet you still have to exist in a world that's largely operating on the old, dense 3D programming. You'll have to pay bills, stand in line at the grocery store, and interact with people who are deeply asleep, mired in fear and limitation. This creates a kind of spiritual vertigo. You'll find yourself holding the sublime awareness of infinite possibility one moment, and then being plunged into the frustrating density of a traffic jam the next. The challenge here isn't to see the 3D world as an enemy or an obstacle, but as a divine training ground. Can you hold your high vibration of peace and trust while surrounded by impatience and chaos? Can you look upon a world gripped by fear and see it not with judgment, but with the profound compassion of a soul who remembers that fear simply a call for love? This is the ultimate test of embodiment. It's easy to feel spiritual on a mountaintop, but can you be the mountaintop in the midst of the marketplace? The universe is asking you to anchor the frequency of heaven right here in the heart of the old earth. And this requires level of spiritual stamina and grace that you're now being called to cultivate. If you've started to notice this strange magnetism where strangers or animals are drawn to your energy in a new way, acknowledge this beautiful sign of your rising vibration. Go to the comments and simply type, "I am a beacon of light," to affirm and amplify this sacred magnetism. This journey from loneliness to becoming a magnetic beacon culminates in the evolution of solitude itself. The initial pain of separating from old friends and family gives way to a profound, new understanding of connection. The solitude that once felt like painful isolation becomes a cherished, sacred solitude. It's no longer about being away from others, it's about being fully with yourself, with God, with the entirety of the cosmos. In this sacred silence, you'll discover that you're not alone, but that you're in fact all one. Your deepest and most fulfilling connections will be with the consciousness of the natural world, with the wisdom of your spirit guides, and with the unwavering love of your own higher self. You'll find more companionship in a silent walk among ancient trees than you ever did at a loud party. This isn't antisocial, it's transsocial. You're transcending the ego's need for external validation and finding your fulfillment in the direct, unmediated experience of the divine within and all around you. This is the final polishing of the soul before you're ready to re-engage with the world, not from a place of need, but from a place of overflowing fullness, ready to serve from the sacred wellspring of your own divine connection. We've journeyed together through the sacred portal of the 7 signs, each one a progressively deeper layer of your divine metamorphosis. We began with the subtle whispers of the sacred echo and the disorienting glitches in the matrix, the universe's initial taps on your shoulder. We moved into the raw intensity of the great energetic and physical purge, the necessary and powerful clearing of your vessel, followed by the profound nocturnal teachings of the dreamscape rewrite. We confronted the heart-wrenching but liberating collapse of old timelines, which paved the way for the glorious activation of your innate spiritual gifts and the remembering of your sacred mission. And finally, we arrived at the pinnacle of co-creative power, the bending of reality and the acceleration of instant manifestation. These 7 signs aren't a random checklist of spiritual symptoms. They're a coherent, divinely orchestrated, step-by-step process. It's a sacred sequence designed to gently but irrevocably dismantle the limited fear-based identity of your ego self and resurrect the limitless, love-based truth of your eternal soul. October 27th is the focal point, the energetic apex, where the floodgates are thrown open. But this isn't a one-day event. It's the inauguration of a new epoch in your life. It's the beginning of you living as the fully awakened, multidimensional being you were always destined to be. Now that you have the map, now that you understand the divine mechanics at play, the crucial question becomes, how do you consciously and gracefully navigate this monumental shift? What are the practical, grounded steps you can take to not just survive this intense influx of energy, but to thrive within it, to harness its power, to catalyze the most beautiful and profound transformation of your life? The first and most vital instruction is this: do not resist. Resistance is the source of all suffering during a spiritual awakening. When the waves of emotion come, don't suppress them. When physical symptoms surface, resist the urge to panic and immediately try to diagnose them. As your old life begins to fall apart, don't desperately cling to what remains. Your ego will likely fight you, urging you to maintain control and return to the familiar ways of the past. It's crucial to develop the ability to observe this fearful voice without identifying with it. See it instead as a frightened child who doesn't understand the bigger picture. Your role is to become the calm, loving, divine parent to that inner child, offering reassurance and understanding. You must learn the sacred art of surrender, a concept often misunderstood. Surrender isn't weakness. It's actually the ultimate strength. It signifies a profound trust in the universe's intelligence and in the innate wisdom of your own soul. It's a conscious decision to flow with the powerful cosmic current instead of fighting against it. When you feel an overwhelming need to rest, surrender to that need. When tears need to flow, allow them to. When your intuition guides you toward a radical life change that your mind finds terrifying, surrender to that inner knowing. Your primary responsibility during this period is to step aside and allow the divine intelligence orchestrating this entire process to work perfectly through you, unimpeded. The second key lies in becoming a master of grounding and centering yourself. As these high-frequency energies flood your system, it's easy to become ungrounded, feeling spaced out, anxious, or disconnected from your physical body. Remember that you are a bridge connecting heaven and earth, and to effectively channel this light, you must keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Make a conscious effort each day to connect with the earth. Go outside. Remove your shoes and socks and stand on the grass, the dirt, or the sand. This practice, known as earthing, allows your body to absorb the earth's natural healing negative ions, which can calm your nervous system and discharge excess chaotic energy. Visualize roots growing from the soles of your feet, extending deep into the earth's core, anchoring you and providing stability. Spend as much time in nature as you possibly can. The trees, the mountains, the oceans, they all hold a steady, pure, high vibration. Simply being in their presence will help your own energy field recalibrate and regain its equilibrium. Your diet also plays a vital role in grounding. As previously mentioned, your body will naturally reject heavily processed foods. Respect this innate wisdom. Eat root vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and beets. Foods that grow deep within the earth carry a potent, grounding energy. And most importantly, stay hydrated. Water is like a liquid crystal, a conscious element that not only flushes out physical toxins, but also clears your energetic field, helping your body integrate the new light codes more easily. View each glass of water as a sacred sacrament, a blessing for your ascending vessel. Third, it's essential to create a sacred sanctuary for yourself, both externally and internally. Your sensitivity to energy will be heightened during this time. The noise, chaos, and fear-based frequencies of the outside world, particularly from news media and stressful social environments, can feel like a physical assault on your system. Seeking solitude during this period isn't an indulgence. It's a necessity. You must fiercely protect your energy. This means saying no to commitments that drain you, canceling social obligations that feel burdensome, turning off the television, and carefully curating your social media feeds to include only uplifting high-vibrational content. Your external environment should reflect the peace you are cultivating within. Cleanse your living space by burning sage, Palo Santo, or incense to clear stagnant energy. Play high-frequency music like solfeggio tones or binaural beats, which can literally retune your brainwaves and cellular structure. Internally, your sanctuary is created through the practices of meditation and mindfulness. You don't need to sit in a lotus position for an hour. Simply take 5 minutes several times a day to close your eyes, focus on your breath, and return to the center of your being. This practice creates a space between you and the storm of your thoughts and emotions, allowing you to become the calm, silent observer in the eye of the hurricane. This inner sanctuary serves as your command center. It's from this place of stillness that you'll receive your clearest guidance and find the strength to navigate any challenges that arise. You are the lighthouse, and while the storms may rage around you, your inner light must remain steady, unwavering, and bright. Fourth, and this is an incredibly powerful practice, you must cultivate an attitude of radical gratitude and awe. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the difficulty of this process, the pain of the purge, and the grief of letting go. However, if you consciously shift your perspective, you'll see that everything happening is a profound gift. You have been chosen. Before you even incarnated, your soul selected you to be on the front lines of the greatest spiritual awakening in human history. Every challenge is a sacred initiation, and every symptom is a sign of your glorious transformation. When you feel aches in your body, can you say, "Thank you, body, for working so hard to release old pain and make way for new light"? When a relationship ends, can you feel gratitude for the lessons learned and the love shared, and for the sacred space that is now being created? When you see a glitch in the matrix, can you pause and feel the profound awe of being shown the true, magical nature of reality? Gratitude isn't just a pleasant emotion, it's one of the highest frequencies you can embody. It's the frequency of acceptance, abundance, and recognizing the divine perfection in all things. When you consciously choose to operate from a state of gratitude and awe, you instantly elevate your own vibration, making yourself a vibrational match for more miracles, more magic, and more grace. Keep a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 5 things you're grateful for, especially the signs of your awakening. This practice will retrain your brain to look for the beauty, seek out the magic, and see the hand of God in every single moment of your life. It transforms the entire journey from an ordeal to be endured into a magnificent adventure to be savored. Finally, you must understand the profound importance of community and connection. While much of this journey is deeply personal and requires solitude, you were never meant to walk this path entirely alone. The Great Separation isn't intended to leave you in a permanent state of isolation. It's meant to clear the way for you to find your true tribe, your soul family. These are the other chosen ones, the other lighthouses, experiencing the exact same things you are. Finding them isn't a luxury. It's a vital part of your mission. When you connect with another awakened soul, something miraculous happens. You see your own experience reflected in their eyes, and in that moment of recognition, all feelings of loneliness and insanity dissolve. You validate each other, empower each other, and create a powerful, synergistic energy field, a group Merkaba that amplifies the light of everyone involved. Seek them out. Look for local meditation groups, spiritual workshops, or online communities that resonate with your heart. Share your experiences openly and vulnerably. Ask for support when you're struggling, and offer your support when you're feeling strong. We are the ground crew for this planetary ascension. We're here to hold hands, to form a grid of light around the planet, and to remind each other of the truth when we forget. You're not just a single note. You're part of a grand divine symphony, and it's only when we come together and play our unique notes in harmony that the magnificent song of the new earth can truly be heard. So here, you stand on the precipice of October 27th, equipped with the sacred knowledge of the 7 signs and the practical wisdom to navigate the journey. You're not the same person you were when you started watching this video. Simply receiving this information has activated new codes within you. You now have a choice. You can hear all of this, feel the resonance of truth deep in your bones, and then allow the voice of fear and doubt to creep back in, dismissing it all as fantasy and trying to go back to sleep. Or you can make the most courageous choice of your life. You can choose to believe in your own experience. You can choose to trust the divine intelligence that's guiding you. You can choose to stand up, claim your power, and consciously step through this magnificent portal into the next most extraordinary chapter of your soul's evolution. The universe isn't asking you to be perfect. It's simply asking you to be willing. Willing to feel, willing to heal, willing to release, willing to receive, willing to trust, and willing to become the magnificent being of light you were born to be. The shock of October 27th isn't something to be feared. It's the shocking, breathtaking, and glorious revelation of your own divinity. It's God looking you in the eye and saying, "Welcome home. I have missed you. Now, let's get to work." If this entire message from the very first word to the very last has resonated with the deepest parts of your soul, if you feel seen, validated, and ready, then I invite you to make one final powerful declaration with me. Let this be your sacred vow to yourself and to the cosmos. Go to the comments and type with conviction, "I am a chosen one, and I am ready to awaken." Share this message with anyone you feel in your heart needs to hear it. You may be the catalyst for their own awakening. And please subscribe and stay connected to this community, because our journey together has only just begun. Remember who you are. Remember why you came here. The world is waiting for your light. It is time to shine.